Did you know that more than 300 million people around the world suffer from depression and anxiety disorders? I know, right? Shocking. But what shocks us the most is that not every patient gets the correct treatment due to the lack of resources, wrong diagnosis, and disinformation in general. Because of the strong relationship there exists between systemic inflammation and psychiatric disorders, we have come up with Lactobachill, a smart psychobiotic that, in addition to its probiotic properties, also provides benefits to the mental health of the host by targeting the gut-brain axis. But how do we plan to do this? Basically, we propose two strategies that consist on modifying Lactobacillus rhamnosus in order to block the transsignaling pathway of the pro-inflammatory cytokine IL-6, which is triggered by an increase in the levels of nitrosative stress. Transsignaling interleukin what? Okay, let's break it down a little bit. Whenever the body receives a stressing stimulus, some cells, such as leukocytes, react by releasing certain pro-inflammatory molecules like interleukin-6, which we'll call IL-6. And this happens in order to induce an inflammatory response in the body for it to assess the stressful situation. And what happens is that in the extracellular media, IL-6 has to bind to the soluble forms of the IL-6 receptor to form a highly stable dimer that now will be able to join to the membrane-bound IL-6 signal transducer, GP130, and then trigger the whole inflammation pathway. And there's where Lactobachill comes into place with the following two strategies. Firstly, Lactobachill will secrete the soluble forms of both the IL-6 receptor and GP130, that then will bind to the IL-6, which will prevent the inflammation pathway from continuing. The second strategy consists on the secretion of a mutated version of the soluble IL-6 receptor that cannot bind to GP130 and thus will have the same outcome of stopping the pathway. We believe that Lactobachill could be used as an adjuvant to increase the efficacy of existing treatments against these mental disorders.